Hello, wonderful people. Let's do it. So here we have a game, very old game. The game is 371 days old. You cannot get any points from it anymore. You can get medals. You can get GM rewards. But the rules are that after 365 days, you are not able to get any more scores, any more badges, and anything like that. So as you see, the world is huge. Stock market is just crushed. There's nothing you can do, to be honest. I have 82 million, so I can sell it. Okay, it went. I have $509 million. What we can do, we can play with the market a little bit. Sell. Yeah, our prices are terrible. We can try to do something about that. Ooh, someone is selling cheap oil. Let's buy it. Let's buy all cheap oil. Let's sell it for 30. How much we want to sell? Let's say 800,000. Doesn't matter. As long as the price is expensive. We can do the same here. Just buy everything, I guess. Just everything. Buy all fish and then sell all fish for 30. Yeah, something like that. Sounds good. I'm guessing we can do the same with food, I guess. Yeah, let's do it. All food is mine. Bankrupt everyone. Not sell offer. Yep, sounds good to me. We don't need that. Energy is very valuable. We need that. We need. Ooh, that's a cheap thing. Get rid of that energy. Energy for 30. Yeah. Sell offer. Let's check. Everything alright. Sell 30, 29. Nope. Wrong. Let's sell for 30. Break the whole economy down. Let's sell offer for 30. You see, our money are going down. Don't worry about it. We have millions of pounds. Hundreds of spies. What? Broken. Spies everywhere. Whatever you can do with them. So yeah, let's have a look at diplomacy. So this guy is second. He's going to take the silver medal as we agreed. This guy will take the bronze medal, I guess. Still in fight, so these two are fighting. Monster versus Erzurum. As you can see, there's not too much to be fight about. That's this green area that belongs to their monster that should be conquered soon. As you can see, I conquered all oil provinces belonging to Munster. So he's not able to move at all. Without oil, he's not able to produce units. Without oil, he's not able to do anything. All pinkish stuff belongs to me. I have 4 capitals ready to take over if I need to. You see, monster escaped here and has quite powerful defense. To get through that, you will have to destroy all of his railways and hopefully land somewhere, probably here, because you want to get your planes quickly operating in the area. So huge invasion force going here into province called Hagi. Bombers ready for deployment in Hagi. A lot of BBSs destroying this defense here. Maybe some LCs supporting it. We have a couple of fleets standing around, but we don't do too much with that. As you see, I don't fight him, even though that he has empty provinces. There's no point. I have enough points. In general, if you win the map, if the map finishes, every point here is worth 1 gold mark, so by having 200 more provinces I will just get 200 more gold marks, so it's not worth my time. But what I can do is I can do some crazy stuff with my friend Hastings, who is leading this empire called Erzurum. We have like a powerful armies. I will show you the armies, the fleets. Oh my god, look like that. Let's have a look. Give me a couple of seconds. Okay. 2500 LCs. That's my fleet. Okay, let's go from that. Because the game is slowing down. Another thing will be planes. Oh my god. Broken! It's broken once more. Right. Now you see planes. Let's see how many planes do we have. So we have over 1000 bombers. Let's see if we can get hands on the single fighter. Where you can be. We produce some U-boats. Nope. Single fighter. Come on. Oh, I know where do we have fighters somewhere in Russia. Nope. But to quickly show them, you need to separate. Oh yeah. Let's do it that way. Now try to pick up the fighters. That are bombers, okay. I don't want to switch to pins because it will be locked down immediately. Vitro games. Zero optimization is just chaos. As soon as you change into pins, you choose between your armies. It just bogs down and you are not able to move too much. Right. That is fighter, man. You see? Everything. Slow down. Cannot do anything. All you can do is just wait. Let's count. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 seconds. This is how long it takes to see planes. Where was this fighter? Fighter was here. Remember that? You need to fight him. Find him. Oh my god. My god, it's so hard. Oh, that one, the single fighter. Double clicking should pick up everything. My god. My wife is doing washing, so don't worry. I don't have spare time to do YouTube, so with family around, it's basically not possible to be alone if you have family. Yeah. God damn! 100! Show me fighters only. Where are my fighters? Ah, patience is running out. Come on, come on. Is it a fighter? No, it's a bomber. Is it a fighter? Bomber. No. Is it a fighter? Bomber squadron. Is it a fighter? Jesus. Retro, do something about this game. Ah, man. God. Stuck. 12 seconds. 12 seconds. It looks like they have like a server refreshing every 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes. This is why you sometimes get these huge lags and you wait to see the effects of your action. You are not able to see it straight away because it takes time to digest. In general, you see, this is what happens. You have a lot of units. Every unit is slowing down server for a small amount. If there is 20,000 units moving on the server, on the map, on the one map, it slows down the whole map by 1 second. Now in general, if you have stacks are made of couple of units, like tanks, calves, hearts. If you have stack made of, for example, 8 units, this stack is counted by a server by like 8 units, not like 1. The server needs to calculate which unit is the slowest to move the whole stack with the slowest on the slowest pace. That's the problem. Of course, if you add planes, 2 kinds of planes, plus ships, there are 3 kinds of ships, so yeah, it's getting messy. I heard from my opponents that when I started to move troops, because we started the war, their devices just burned down. I think it happened twice, that mobile devices like notepads or so mobile phones burned down, and that's why I had the upper hand for a couple of hours before they got hands on the spare device. But yeah, I'm guessing it's my fault, but I shouldn't pay for these devices because it's Bitro's responsibility to make sure that their creation doesn't destroy things, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right, goddamn. Just tired of that. Let's see the other way around. Let's choose. Let's switch off pins and wait. In the meantime, you see, guys, we have this huge map. We can do everything we want here. We can do huge battles, and no one's kill to death ratio will be changed. So I can do a couple of interesting things with my friend Hastings, if he agrees. Post below some ideas what should be done, and I guess we will have a look at 3 or maybe 5 the best ideas what we can do here. We'll try to do it. Of course, we can create a huge armies here. I think the biggest fleet I had, it was like 10,000 light cruisers on one of the maps that I fought earlier. In general, I just like to play these maps and control them. In general, to control the whole map, you need around 500 provinces. You don't need 2,800 like I do. You just need 500 provinces filled with factories. You need some spare resources like here. And you need some barracks. The most important thing are barracks. Because, as you will see, infantry and cavalry are very fast to produce, but very expensive to maintain. What you want to do is to have huge army of mech units supported by a small number of infantry and cavalry on fringes, but when the war breaks down, you just turn on all your barracks, level 1 barracks everywhere, and start to produce insane amounts of infantry. In general, 1 level barracks, I think they produce, let's see, 1 level barracks, yeah, they produce infantry recruitment 50%. But I'm not the best with all these things. There are specialists from the economy and SimCity in this game. I just know that I need barracks, and I need them everywhere. Right, let's have a look at that. Oh my god. Broken again. No! Bitro! Bitro, what have you done to my game? Wait. Barracks. Let's choose that oh, it doesn't have a barrack, sorry. That one has a barrack. So, switch. The recruiting office is switched off, and the barracks are switched off. Let's see when our infantry will be produced. Okay. So, it won't be produced. Activate. will produce infantry every 1 day and 7 hours. I think it's because of the... oh, morale is 100%, okay. Now, when we switch barracks, activate. Will produce infantry every 21 hours. With level 2 barracks it will be of course much faster. But to produce cavalry, we just need level 1 barracks. Have a look at this. It's not the best example because we have level 3 barracks, but have a look at that province. It has level 4 factory. And let's see how fast we can produce cavalry there. It takes 6 hours to produce cavalry. So in general, you can produce 4 calves from this province per day. So during the war, if you have 500 provinces, you can produce 2000 cavalries, 2000 calves during 1 day. Adding to that roughly, let's see how fast infantry is produced in the double provinces with everything switched on. Barracks, 10 hours. That's only text. You can produce every 21 hours infantry in our single province, and half of that time in double province. In general, you have like double provinces. Every third province is double province. So in 500 provinces, I will have around, let's say, 170 double provinces. So 170 double provinces act like 340 single provinces. So 330 single provinces plus 340 single provinces. So it's together 770, roughly, let's say 750. You can produce 750 infantries every 21 hours. Adding to that 2000 calves during 1 day. That's just insane. That's why you don't want to pay for them when there is a peace. You don't have a huge wars. Because look at that. Let's switch off that and that. Yeah. There could be problems with understanding me. I have a huge Russian accent. I don't think I will be changing it. I like it. Everyone seems to understand it, so I don't see the reason to change it at all. Let's see how much we pay for infantry right now. We choose one guy here, single scout on the sea to see what is happening around. Double click it. Game freezes. Starts to speed down. Hundreds of requests to collect all information from all infantries around the world. Let's see. Oh my god, I have too many of them. Generally, you want to keep army like... depends. With 500 provinces, I would say probably 2-3 millions. If you have bigger... if you are spread all over 5 continents, probably 5-10 millions, but not too much. Okay, let's see how much we pay for them. 30 million infantries. They cost us... oh god. Come on. They cost us, my god, 708. Over 600,000 grain per day, plus 154,000 oil per day. That's just insane amount. And to be honest, they are not the best. Because as you will see soon, well, you just multiply them by that, 1.2. And the strength that you will get is like 36,000 damage. At the same time, let's have a look at arts. We have 6,000 arts. Oh my god. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hearts. Cool. Pick up hearts. Come on, my hearts. Come on. Move, 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 move. Literal, help me. Right. They cost us less. You pay like almost 5 times less. But the power behind them is 45,000. Sorry, 9,000 strength. So, not the best, you will say. But these are range units. They don't do melee. They can shoot and withdraw, shoot and withdraw, or hide behind the infantry and shoot enemy. If you add to that flower attack or flower defense, then like my favorite Tertius squadrons that just go divided into 50 arts, supported by some couple of tanks, couple of ICs, couple of balloons, couple of cuffs, and like around 250 to 500 imps per such a Tertius. Then you can start them here, give them aggressive fire or offensive fire, show them road up to the Pacific, and they will just go and crush everything on the way. That's the best way how to use Tertius, so if you want to save your time. Another thing will be, let's check these bombers, because this is, I guess, the best place to show you what is the difference in damage. In general, you can count 40 imps deal 12 damage, roughly. That's the cap for infantry. If you have more than 40 infantry, the 41st infantry doesn't add up to the damage. With arts, you can have a cap of 50. So 50 arts deal 75 damage. So it's much better damage ratio. Right, let's see, where is this plane? I believe it was somewhere here. Oh my god. Here. Okay. Let's see the bombers. Upkeep. 10,000 oil. 2.5. 2,500 oil and 10,000 grain. Like attacking the strength 6, defending 6. So yeah, in general, they're very good in fighting against land units. Because as you see in air, they're not the best. But attacked by the fighters, they deal some damage to fighters too. So it's a good idea to send them in the groups with fighters that attack enemy, just in case enemy would like to shoot you down. Right, so how do we count it? So we have 400, let's say 500 bombers multiplied by 6, so it's 30,000 damage. So it's the same damage as all the infantries that we have. You can see the difference in upkeep. Difference is huge. You eat, I think, what was there, like 60 times less, I guess, because you have 60 times less units. In general, the upkeep of the units is the same, except I think for cuffs. And cuffs have different upkeep. It's always 20 grain and 5 oil. Ours is the same for a single one. Single inf. Yep. Same. Single bomber. Same thing. Single fighter. Single fighter. Come on, come on, come on. Single fighter, the same thing. Fighters. Let's look. Oh. Double sub. Yeah, double sub is like double upkeep of the infantry. Double BBS. The same. Not sure about the LCs. Should be the same. Okay, let's see. One LC, same thing. I think there is only problem with the calf. Let's see. Tanks. Once more. Tanks. Okay. Balloons. Let's check balloons because I'm not sure about that. Let's see, one balloon. One balloon. Oh, balloons are paid in gas. So this is alternative if you don't want to build a lot of units where you pay with oil. You can produce either cuffs or balloons. They are quite good, especially on C. As you can see, on C they are 4 points. Sorry, 0.4. Comparing to other units that are much weaker on the sea, like infantry, I think is, where is it? On sea, infantry is just terrible. Against air is terrible, while balloon is quite good, and on sea is just 0.4, like the balloon. For example, tank, heavy tank, against air is 0.6, but on sea, same thing, 0.6, 10 times weaker. Right. The last thing I wanted to check was cavalry. Cavalry. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Cavalry? Cavalry. Calves. Damn. Let's see, one calf. One calf coming here. Somewhere in. Not sure what is that. Texas. God damn. Right. So calves are paid in fish and grain. Grain upkeep the same 20, but the fish upkeep is double of the upkeep in oil for other units. Keep it in mind. When you want to produce calves, you need a lot of food and fish to produce them. 1,000 fish, 1,000 grain, and a lot of fish and grain to upkeep them, plus a lot of grain and fish to make sure that your barracks are working. I will show you quick in a second how it looks like when I have all barracks switched on. Right, so we know that there is a fighter. There is a fighter. Oh, let's see how many fighters do we have. 700. That should be enough. 700 fighters. For me, 700 fighters is enough to shoot in one go around, let's say, 500 enemy planes. There are some like advanced tricks how to destroy enemy planes quicker or without any losses. So bear in mind that it's possible. But as this is very overpowered feature, I don't want to use it too often. Because I don't want certain players to learn it. Because when they will learn it, and they will be able to produce unlimited amounts of planes and heal them, then game over for everyone, for us. Just game broken. One guy with enough money in the wallet will be able just to crush everyone on this 500 map with 10 provinces. We're just producing in one factory planes, and that just this is how it goes. Just produce planes, heal them, destroy enemies, heal them, destroy enemies, heal them, destroy enemies. Yeah. This is how you win the map quickly. I saw the guy who spent like, I think, if I had Australia and parts of Indonesia, he had like a whole North America, parts of Europe, and he started to land in my area with this with the amphibious landings of like 20 million imps. What he was doing basically was just grabbing one of the provinces, proccing it to the level 4 factory, and just producing golden stacks. I think he spent like 10 million GMs during 5 days of war. And when I destroyed everything that he had with my planes, shoot his planes with my tricks, shoot his fighter with my bombers, not losing a single bomber, destroy his golden stacks that were running on the speed on the golden railways, constantly healed by the gold. I think he gave up after I destroyed like, I think, 10 such stacks. Of course I wasn't able to destroy the golden submarines stacks, like 50 of them, so he quickly dispatched my fleet to my harbors, to protected harbors. I wasn't able to use my fleet, I was just checked by him. But on land he was just crashed here in China. Took some time, and we defeated him with having 450 provinces against his 1,500. He also had like a coalition of people from Africa, from Europe, from America. I think they had like 1,481 points, or they were like 19 points from winning a whole map as a coalition. And we stopped them, we crushed them. The guy turned inactive, his old friend ate him. Then I got rid of boats and other people here. Got my hands on oil in China, India, in Middle East, and then Arabia. This is where the problem started. I had to defeat all piles of the big guy. Was using huge golden stacks. So this person was quickly convinced not to fight me when she lost a lot of fighters. Like those guys were consistent. There was a good guy from Oaxaca. He taught me the trick how to do the hit and run tactic, but on the second level. So even if the enemy is active, proactive, like active all the time, all day long, 24 hours per day, 25 hours per day, this hit and run level 2 tactic allows you to shoot him and escape without being scratched. That's just insane what you can learn from people. Alright, so we just crash them and move forward. But that was another map. Here we start as a Calabria, very small thing. As you see, Calabria doesn't have too much. No oil. You have a lot of food. Create a huge stacks of calves and eves. To roll over everything in Northern Africa. Got rid of everything that was there. Destroyed huge packs of huge friend packs that were trying to stop us. Me and Erzurum were cooperating from the first day. In the end, we finished with that. We finished with very nice map where we can test things. Can test all the updates that Bitro is giving us almost every 2-3 weeks. It's like a safe environment, treated as a closed box test. Interestingly, Bitro is updating games that are running, so it can turn out that you go to the war, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and it turns out that all your army is gone because Bitro made the update and completely changed the way how you fight, and well, you are gone. I had such a map once. I like to play tall as a mercenary, so I just have 10, 20, 50 provinces, and the people are giving me their planes to fight for them. But since they blocked this ability to give that units, I started to produce planes for the resources from other people to fight their wars. Because in general, I don't really want to win maps. I'm just focused on getting my KD really high, so I want to be the probably top 1 military player in the whole Supremacy. It will take some time, but with the new mechanic where we have elite bots everywhere, just harvesting points from AIs is so simple. For example, you have AI, let's say you are in Africa, you have AI in Indonesia, you just make fleets of LCs. Yep, 50 LCs, that's the max damage cap that you can get. Where is this? Oh, yeah. Show it better, you see? Attack damage. Attack damage is 100. This is the cap for this unit. It doesn't matter, I have 63 of them. If I will have 50, cap 51, attack damage will be the same. You see? Attack damage 100. If I will have 50, it will be the same, because the max cap damage is 50. But if I will have 49, now where the things start get interesting. Now I have only 98. Interesting. Yeah. Also, look at the attack air value for the LCs. They are very strong against anything that flies. So if you want to make sure that your troops won't be sunk, always add a lot of LCs to landing party to make sure that the bombers will have a hard time with them. But truth to be said, I like to play Australia. I'll start in Australia or New Zealand or Madagascar on the islands here, northern Atlantic islands, because it's safe. 50 bombers roughly. For example, here. The only way to get to Australia is by landing either here or here or here. Generally, you want to have the support of the planes, bombers. You try to get this island and then transport bombers here. This is the only road where you can transport bombers into Australia from Australia outwards. So as you see, if enemy will be landing here, it's around 30 minutes march for my infantry. My infantry has a speed of 36 on land. Bombers speed is 144, so it's like 4 times higher. So my bombers will fly, bomb the landing party every divided by 4. Wait, 9 minutes here, 14 minutes here, let's say 24. Every 6 minutes I will hit an enemy and come back to refuel for new bombs. So every 6 minutes. So the full run takes 6 minutes here, 12 minutes back, 6 minutes here. So every 12 minutes I'll be hitting enemy. So I'll be hitting enemy with 50 bombers every 12 minutes. So it makes 5 attacks per hour. Now 50 bombers, it's 300 attack damage. Multiply by, as we said, 5. It's 1500 attack damage. Clean one. If you add to that fighters, and 50 fighters, or divide the bombers into groups of 50, that is just insane. 50 bombs roughly can stop the invasion of, I would say, 20-30 million army. You don't even need a single inf there. You don't need imps, anything to defend. You just need bombers, just to bomb this stack here. Of course, you will be able to bomb it earlier, but even if you just slept and you see that they are bombing, there's insane amount of bombing runs you can do. So it takes enemy around 4.5 hours to land. So it's 4.5 multiplied by 5 attacks. There you go. So you have, oh my god, 22.5 attacks, yes? Something like that. Let's say 22 attacks. 22 attacks multiplied by 300 damage, it's 6,600 clean damage. Now, how much is that? Just to show you. Infantry. Infantry on sea. Infantry on sea, 33%. Nominal strength is 1.2, but because the infantry was on the sea, I will say like 1. So infantry only have like 0.3 defense, 0.3 defense. 10 infantries are 3 defense. Now 10,000 infantries, it's 3,000 air defense. 20,000 infantry, it's around 6,000 air defense. So as you see, 20,000 infantry on the more or less around 90%, maybe 80% will get smashed by 50 bombers. Funny enough, if you divide the bombers into smaller amounts, it could take faster to get rid of them, but the casualties could be slightly higher. So it's always better to have like 2 stacks of 50 bombers or 2 stacks of 40 bombers bombing than to have 4 or 5 stacks of 20-25 bombers attacking enemy. This is how it works with the planes. With the arts, with the range units that don't take direct damage, it's better to divide them into smaller amounts. Like if you have 50 arts, it's better to divide them not into 2 multiplied by 25, but for example 5 multiplied by 10 arts, or 10 stacks multiplied by 5 arts in each. It's called like a flower offensive, or the flower of Tertius. Right, starting to float away because I'm hungry and I need to go and do some stuff with all my family. I get the food, I get proper human being, I'll get proper man. So wrapping up this episode, let us know in the comments what would you like to see. I will try to work on my voice because I have this hay fever. It's just terrible. Also Russian accent, I can try to work on that, but please don't ask me too much because it could take some time. Okay, one last check. Fighters. So fighters in the air are quite good for 4 points attack. So one fighter in general could fight 8 bombers and they will both die. But in reality it's like half of that. So one fighter can take on 4 bombers. When it comes to bombing the land stack, 50 fighters, that's a max damage cap for the fighters. So 51st fighter will not add any damage to the stack. So 50 multiplied by 1 and 5, it's 75. So adding 50 fighters to 50 bombers makes the bombing stack slightly more powerful by 1/4, so it will be 375 damage points on every run. As you see, the fighters are much faster than bombers, 216. So maybe you want to separate them from bombers and bomb the enemy separately with the fighters. Sometimes helps. Sometimes helps. I remember that once I was playing like a huge role-playing game. I was in Russia. I was fighting here with USA, supporting Canada. Was attacked by Japan. I was attacked by India and Indonesia, Arabia, Ukraine, Belarus, all these Scandinavian countries, a couple of European countries, African countries, a couple of, generally those like 15 wars, and I just forgot to have a look at the Baltic Sea. There was a Swedish army landing here in the Naval. You will see, say, well, easy landing, especially if the Norse guys are controlling everything here. But to be honest, the best way for them was to walk using the land path. Because when they landed, I noticed that till the time I get my 50 bombers and 50 fighters here, they were already like 1 hour and 45 or 1 hour and 50 minutes from going ashore. And I started bombing runs. I think it takes, let's see, tank has a speed of infantry. It was very fast. 8 minutes, okay. It takes 8 minutes for the tank and infantry to get there. So the bomber flies there every 2 minutes. Bombing run every 4 minutes. Fighters are moving much faster at the rate speed of 150% of the bomber. So if the bomber flies 4 minutes, 4.5 let's say, the fighter will fly every 3 minutes. So I made so many bombing runs. I just destroyed army of over 1 million infantry. I think 100 tanks, 200 ACs, 200 arts, couple of hundred calves, and something else. It was just insane amount of attacks. Every bomber was attacking like 12 times, more than that, per hour, and fighters were attacking 3 minutes, 20 times per hour. It looks like the fighters took around almost 50 something attacks, while the bombers made 44.5 minutes, 12, around, yeah, let's say 20 attacks. That was enough to kill the enemy without a single infantry there. Without a single infantry. In general, I moved the planes from this area here. We lost a couple of provinces here, but in not even 2 hours we destroyed the whole Swedish army. That was something remarkable, what you can do with the plane. This is why I never try to use water. Trust me, you don't want to use water to transport your unit unless you are sure that it's a clean water and no Charlies are on the way. Because it's so easy to sink anything just by moving 50 bombers. I sometimes just attack guys because they are on water, not because I need to or I want to. It's just easy KD. Once I had a stack of 28 millions coming here to land in Africa, 28 millions with a couple of, I think, BBSs only, and I had around, not to lie, 2500 LCs divided into groups of 50. So it's insane amount. Let's say 50 groups of 50 LCs. Every group of LC is dealing 100 damage, so it's 5000 damage per hour. In general, I think we sank everything in less than 6 hours. Just every single guy in a stack that was almost 30 million troops, 30,000 units. Yeah, that's insane what you can do in a short time. So yeah, this map can show you what is happening. Like, yeah, Munster losses 75 millions, Erzurum 50 millions, but Erzurum was bought for like 2 or 3 months, and the bot was fighting Monster. So as you know, the elite bots are... this is not elite bot, sorry, this is the normal bot because we started a long time ago. So the elite bot was sending infantry without the mech unit, without the support, so they were dying on the arts that Munster was using against them. Let's see at my stats myself. Let's go a couple of days ago. Yeah, as you see, I was fighting bot 2 because it was attacking me and I had to ask things very nicely to come back, but here. That's general what you get with my style of playing. It uses Total War, very fast units, a lot of damage, you move quickly, much faster than the enemy. Well, it is possible to move much faster than the enemy, but I won't talk about that because this is also very overpowered. I sometimes use it to win the whole maps in one day, but yeah, why not? So here you see like 1 to 10 ratio. This is like a normal ratio if you are using the power defense, as you use a lot of planes, as you use my strategy of not paying for the huge amount of infantry and cavalry standing in your lands, plus what to say, oh yeah, because you can see that I'm producing 35,000 oil per day, but without all these imps I will be producing much more. I'm guessing I will be producing 150 by 25, 6 times more, 6,000 more if I didn't have any imps. Yeah, that will be good. 50,000 per day. Cool. So Calabria, yes. I was just crushing the guy with LCs, with the planes. Then I was adding to that my tertios filled with guns, and as you see, I took all his oil provinces, sending stacks of crazy guys. This is like a small tertio. 50 calves, 115 imps. Some of the things were spread along the way. 5 balloons, 5 tanks. Should be couple of ACs, like 5 had HTs, and that's all. Let's look for the proper tertio. But those are not the best. It's not the best tertio. Yeah, like this one. Generally, you want to do something like that. See the damage? Strength. Check the attack damage of this. Now divide it into half. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Now, let's compare the damage that they deal now. Ooh. It's doubled. And what happens if you spread it more? In general, you want to go to the max damage caps. So 50 imps, 40 tanks, and so on. But this is just for the reason I want to show you guys how to play this game, because this is terrible what I see on the maps that people are getting crushed because they don't know how it works. Oh, you see? 974 damage these 4 stacks can deal. You can still divide them into halves, because yeah, 50 arts, this is what you want to have. So if we have 381 arts, we should divide it into 7 stacks of 50 arts plus 1 stack of 31 arts. Yeah. So right now we have damage almost 1000, but if everything is stuck together, oh man. Okay, let's do it that way. Look. If everything is in one stack, then yeah, your damage goes down drastically. 277. This is how much you can kill only. Not too much, I guess. Right. This is why you want to know these things, because you don't want to waste your troops standing in the huge stack. But that's why I created this funny defense against the Hastings when he was a bot. Just a couple of units of that. Tanks are very good for sucking the damage. It was the same here. I didn't even play. I was just creating these insane stacks of calves, tanks, everything there, as you see, and just sending it blindly to take his provinces in Australia. That was all. Right, one more thing that could be useful for you guys. Have a look at that. You don't think about that too much, but let's see. See? This is the oil province, double oil province. This is where you get all double oil provinces. Oh my god, so many. Africa, quite good. America, not the best. Europe, some in Central Asia. Arabia and Pakistan is very good. Also China is good, and some provinces in India. But if we add all oil provinces to that, you will have a nice view. Oh, what else? Well, it should be higher up. Not sure what is happening here. These bitrol filters are working crazy. Right. This is what you can see from my provinces. South America, quite good, I guess, especially in the Incan Empire, in the Texas. Africa, quite good. Europe, quite good. This is why people want to take Spain and South France. England is also quite good. I'm guessing we can find a couple of more. Oh, double oil here. Yep. Double oil there. Couple of oils here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, France and Spain 8 looks good. Italy not the best, but yeah. Let's have a look here. Arabia. Where is oil? So there is oil that we missed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 in Arabia. Pakistan is just full of oil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cannot see a thing here. 7. I just see the Fords everywhere. 7. Yeah, let's say there's around 10 of them here. There's some more in Afghanistan. Oh well. And of course India. India has like 1, 2, 3. Was some more. 4, 5, 6. I know that there was some because I was able to win using Madras, the gold rush game, only in 30 days, because for 30 days I stayed dormant as a small 10 province country. And I just sprung out my arts, my tertios, my calves, everything. Funny enough, I won 2 of my last gold rushes without planes, roughly. So using the ground troops. In China, of course. You can ask Hastings to highlight his oil provinces, but yeah, in general in China, I think you have 20 provinces with oil. So in general, France, Spain, this part, South America, Northeast Africa, Northwest Africa, Australia, Arabia, Middle East, some parts of India, and China. In Russia in general, you should have around 22 provinces. I remember it from playing this role-playing game, where we had a lot of problem with. It was like limit how many factories you can have, and you wanted to put them always on the oil provinces. And as a Russia, I had like 22, I think, provinces with oil. Yeah, but in general, it looks like that. Well, this is how the oil looks like. That was last thing. Let's check how I look like when I switch on all barracks. That will, as you see, I switched off highlighting of units. I don't see any units at all. Uwaga. Come on. Oh, we missed a lot of barracks. We will have to build some. But in general, when I fired this up, look at that. 35,000, maybe that way will be easier. We put total 56,000. Switch that on. Game is choking. Thousands of calculations. 2,800 provinces starting to eat grain. Game doesn't know what to do. Choking. During that time, the bug is already working, and we save some time, some production. We don't lose resources yet, right? Oh, come on, enable, man. Oh god, this game is just. You tell the game to enable your barracks, and it just refuses to do that. So, how is it possible? Vitra, please tell me. How is it possible that your game doesn't respond to my mouse? Come on, man. Please. Could you do it for me? Could you make your barracks work as they should be? Oh my god. Okay, one more. Whoop. Enable. Nothing. It just refuses. Yeah, but in general, let's have a look. Yep. Game is stuck. Doesn't know what to do. Oh my god. Barracks. Barracks level 1. Let's see how much they eat. No information. How is it possible? Yeah, daily consumption. 1,000 grain. So our production will go from 56,000 to we have 2,800 provinces. If all of them had barracks, we would go down around 28,000. Is it correct? Yeah. God, cannot count, man. Yeah, something like that, I guess. Yeah, because they will eat in general. They eat per day 1,000 grains, so 1,000 grain multiplied by almost 3,000 provinces. It's 3 million grain per day. This is how much they would eat. They will produce a lot of imps and a lot of calves. Remember, we have how many of these provinces? God. Yeah, let's say 3,000. That's the best. So every third province is double province. So it's like so we have 2,000 of normal provinces, 1,000 of double provinces, plus because double provinces counts as a 2 single ones. So it's almost like we have 4,000 provinces. 4,000 provinces created in one day. Over 4,000 imps in barracks, level 1, plus we need to count 3,000 provinces for 3,000 barracks with calves inside. For 4,000 imps plus 3,000 calves multiplied by 4, so we could produce 4,000 imps and 12,000 calves per day. This will consume 3 million grain just to keep up barracks running, plus 12 million fish and 12 million grain to produce the calves. So it's together 50 million grain and 12 million feet. So I think we can run them for 5 days, then you just switch them off. For 5 days of production. After 5 days of production, we'll have 20 million imps and 60 million caps. That's just crazy numbers, yeah. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Just post the comments. What do you think, or what would you like to have? Oh yeah, this is it. This is happening. Our fruit production went down to minus 60,000. Minus 60,000. This is not updating. Oh yes, it is updating. Something like that. Something like that. Right. Let's switch it off because I don't want to lose game because I started to do silly things. You choose all of them with the shift. Yep. First and last. First. Then press shift, press the last. You have all your provinces. And then you look for, you filter them by the barracks. You switch off barracks. Hopefully it will work. Let's pray. Let's pray to God Almighty that this game will work for once. Right. As you see, I'm trying to keep very nice edges. C as my boundary everywhere where I can. From other important things, why we wait. See this cross here, this Middle East. This is a very important thing. This allows you to create like a defending spot between Black Sea and Caspian Sea, here in Caucasus, defense on the Bosphorus and the Mediterranean Sea, defense around Arabian Sea, because you have, oh, you can see sea, you can see sea, yeah, you can see this is the port side, I guess, and Suez Channel. This defends your Asian provinces from Africa, plus it defends Africa from Asians. At the same time, you can create a very nice defense line between Caspian Mountains and how do I call it? Persian Gulf. Yep. You can even try to go bolder and make the defense line a little bit bigger, but it depends on you. Just always try to use the sea as an edge of some planes ready to bomb everything that will be dropped on you. On this map I just look every 4 or 5 days. It happened was I was off for 2 or 3 weeks and the guy from Monster was trying to seize the victory. Single one, I think it was close, he was like 920 points from winning. When I saw the map, called Hastings to come back from AFK and we just crushed the guy, destroyed his armies. I think he lost like, I don't know, 70-80 millions in the first 2 days of fighting, while we lost like 10 millions maybe. Yeah, that was funny to see our strategies, tertius, flowers, everything, planes, Druzus Total War, going into plane, just destroying, smashing through his armies everywhere. He took even all of the Australia that I had. I was left with a couple of provinces in New Zealand, and I used them to mass produce calves, imps, and other stuff. Right. I guess I would like to switch it off at some point, but for now I'll just finish the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave the like if you like it. Say your comments, say what you would like to see from this map or from other maps, because I have a couple of other maps called Arms Race. It's very easy to play it. You just start with 20 battleships and you just crush everyone. I stopped playing 5 of them because I was winning so easy, I just didn't want to finish them at all. I have one more map, the minion map, where I'm left with the AIs. I have, I think, like 1 point, which I'm defending, and 10 provinces, the original provinces. I can show you this map if you want. Or we can finish one of these arms races if I'm still alive there, because I turned bot a long time ago. so easy to play this game because no one knows how to play it. That's why I think that will be good to show you a couple of things that are important and no one pays attention to them because everyone thinks activity is the key. Yet you can defeat most of the people with activity. But what happens if the opponent has the same activity as you? What do you do then? Interesting question. Is it not better to have the means to win even if you are less active? That would be something. Yeah. To win with more active opponents. Even if there is like 15 of them and you are alone. Right. Barak switched off. I think we can say goodbye. See you around, lovely people, and enjoy watching us.